You might think you know the Italian opening, but these traps might just surprise you. Today, we're going to break down all the popular traps in the Italian opening. The traps are ordered from easiest to hardest. The first trap I want to teach you is called the fried liver attack. In this line, after playing the main opening moves, we bring the knight to g5. Here, the best move for black is d5, a move that momentarily shields the weak f7 square from our attack. After that, we must capture with the pawn. It's the only move that keeps our attack alive. If black goes for our pawn, planning to recapture with the queen after we take their knight with the bishop, they're walking straight into our trap. That's because we won't capture their knight. Instead, we'll go for a bold knight sacrifice. Clearly, they're forced to take the knight. If not, they'll be choosing between their queen and their rook. So when they take the knight, we play qf3, checking the king and attacking the knight at the same time. The worst move black can play is moving the king to g8, which leads to an easy checkmate. Now, of course, our opponent isn't that silly, right? Most likely, they'll try to guard the knight with their king. But here's the thing. Even if they play perfectly, we're still ahead, and with some relentless pressure, we can chase their king all the way to its doom. You may have seen this one before. It's known as the legal trap. Black tries to keep our knight pinned, but it ends up costing them dearly. We give up a knight and leave our queen hanging. If black tries to take the queen, it results in an immediate checkmate. The next trap happens when black avoids the pawn trade and instead retreats their bishop. After we capture their pawn, they take ours with the knight. Then, after queen to d5, they're forced to give up their knight. In the Blackburne-Schilling gambit, we bring our knight to d4. The opponent assumes our pawn is unprotected and takes it, not realizing it's a serious mistake. After we play queen to g5, black's position becomes critical. At first glance, it might look like they can counter with knight to f7, forking our rook and queen. But nf7 is far from the right move. By capturing on g2, we threaten their rook with check, and the enemy king is in a miserable position. If they attempt to save the rook, it's checkmate in a few moves. There's also a chance our opponent spots the trap and plays knight to g4, stopping our queen from taking the pawn on g2. Here we play a beautiful pawn sacrifice, and black has no choice but to take it, since their bishop is hanging. We capture their knight with the bishop, then sacrifice the bishop and play queen to g2, leaving black with no escape from checkmate in the next few moves. Our final trap for today is the Greco gambit. This trap begins with c3, setting up d4 on the next move to take firm control of the center. Our opponent plays knight to f6, putting pressure on our e4 pawn. We continue with our plan, pawn to d4, and take control of the center. Our opponent checks us, but we calmly block the attack with our knight. Black thinks the pawn is undefended, and by taking it, they also create a threat against our knight. Instead of defending the knight, we just castle, letting it hang. Our opponent exchanges pieces and, in the process, creates a threat on our rook. We don't even bother saving the rook. Instead, we play queen to b3. This move puts pressure on two targets, the bishop and the pawn on f7. Black might just let white take the pawn on f7, capturing the rook in response, not realizing how dangerous this really is. We take the pawn on f7, giving a check and setting up a deadly mating threat. Black tries to escape checkmate and opens a path for their bishop, but we surprise them with a beautiful queen sacrifice. If black tries to accept our sacrifice, they'll be checkmated easily. Resistance doesn't help. In just a few moves, checkmate is inevitable, as you can see in this variation. You might be thinking, what if our opponent doesn't move the king to e7? What then? Here, our first move is to threaten the queen, leaving black no choice but to block with their knight. A few moves later, they'll have no choice but to surrender their queen. And finally, you might ask, what if they capture with the bishop first? This line is much simpler. With a single check, we can easily take the knight. And there you have it, the deadliest Italian game traps, from easy to insane. Try them out and watch your opponents fall apart. Don't forget to check out my next video for even nastier tricks.